There's a question that every human must eventually confront, quietly, sometimes uncomfortably: what actually matters in life. Not what earns applause, not what fills your calendar, not what society markets as important, but what actually matters. In a world that rewards speed, performance, and perfection, this question feels inconvenient. But without asking it, we drift, successful by someone else's standards, unfulfilled by our own. Let's slow down for the next few minutes and explore what truly matters, why it matters, and how we can live with more clarity, meaning, and peace. Understanding yourself. You are the constant in your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you are there. Yet many people know more about their job description, their favorite influencer, or what others think of them than they do about who they really are. Self-understanding is the root of all alignment. When you know your values, your tendencies, your patterns, you gain the ability to make conscious choices instead of default ones. Clarity doesn't arrive by accident. It must be cultivated. This starts with introspection. It means asking, what do I value deep down, not just in theory? Where am I living out of fear rather than truth? What am I pretending not to know? Self-awareness isn't soft. It's the bedrock of a stable, meaningful life. It allows you to stop performing and start being, to live as an original, not a copy. Without this foundation, you'll chase things that look good but feel hollow. You'll get lost in the noise, and in that noise, you'll forget who you are. Choosing meaning over comfort. Modern life seduces us with comfort, convenience, instant gratification. It's easier than ever to feel busy and distracted without ever feeling fulfilled. But fulfillment doesn't come from comfort, it comes from contribution, from choosing what is meaningful over what is easy, from doing what stretches you, what costs you something. This isn't to glorify burnout or hardship. It's to say a meaningful life requires effort. It asks you to show up when it's inconvenient, to persist when it's uncomfortable, to say no when it should be easier to say yes. Meaning often involves responsibility, growth, service, and sacrifice, and yet it gives back far more than it takes. You are not made to be entertained endlessly. You are made to build, to love, to serve, to expand. A life of meaning will feel harder in the moment, but lighter in the long run. It's the difference between a sugar high and a soul-deep satisfaction. Remembering that life is finite. Every moment spent worrying, comparing, or postponing is a moment that won't return. There's power in remembering that you won't be here forever. It's not morbid, it's clarifying. Death is not the opposite of life, it's the frame around it. It reminds us that our time is not guaranteed. The awareness of mortality sharpens your focus. It makes the little things, the text you were too busy to send, the walk you kept putting off, suddenly precious. So take the risk, say what matters, let go of grudges, live boldly while you can, because it's not about how long you live, it's about how you fully know you and show up in the time that you do have. Staying present. In today's world, attention is currency and most people are broke. We are pulled in 100 different directions at once, scrolling, replying, planning, remembering, anticipating, but life only happens now. Everything that truly nourishes the human spirit, love, awe, connection, and joy requires presence. It requires your full attention. When you rush through life, you miss it. When you multitask your way through dinner, conversation, or even a sunset, you rob yourself of real experience. Presence isn't just about mindfulness or meditation, it's about showing up fully for yourself, for the people you care about, for the moments you'll never get back. Reclaiming your attention isn't easy. It requires intention, boundaries, slowness, but it's worth it, because when you are fully here, life expands. Taking full responsibility. There's a difference between blame and responsibility. Blame points fingers outward. Responsibility turns inward, not to shame yourself, but to empower yourself. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you respond, what you do next, and the meaning you give it. Taking full responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. It means you are not powerless. This mindset builds resilience. It transforms setbacks into learning and obstacles into growth. When you stop outsourcing your happiness, your confidence, or your future, you become the author of your own life. And while responsibility can feel heavy at first, it's also liberating, because if you are the problem, you are also the solution. Practicing virtue. Character is quiet. It doesn't post online. It doesn't ask for applause, but it matters more than anything else. Who you become matters more than what you achieve, because accomplishments without integrity are hollow, and success without self-respect is failure in disguise. Virtue isn't about perfection, it's about alignment, doing what is right, even when no one is watching, especially then. It's built in the little moments, choosing honesty when a lie is easier, speaking up when silence is safer, staying kind when you are tired, following through when it's inconvenient. When you live with integrity, you can sleep well at night. You feel rooted, not restless. In a world full of noise and ego, virtue is your anchor. Investing in relationships. Wealth is not measured by money alone. True wealth is found in the depths of your relationships, the people you laugh with, grow with, lean on. Life's most meaningful moments are shared, not posted. We need real connection, not more followers or likes, but people who see us, challenge us, hold us, and walk with us through joy and pain. Too often we sacrifice relationships in the pursuit of things. We get so busy chasing status that we forget to call our parents, check in with our friends, or just sit down without distractions. But when everything else falls away, it's not achievements or possessions we long for, it's the people we love. So make the call, send the message, sit down and really listen. Connection isn't extra, it's essential. Progress over perfection. The pursuit of perfection is a trap. It leads to paralysis, procrastination, and self-judgment. Life isn't about being perfect, it's about making progress, about improving just a little, day by day, choice by choice. Celebrate small wins. Be patient with yourself. You are allowed to be a work in progress and still be worthy of love, rest, and respect. Growth doesn't mean constant hustle. It means moving forward with awareness. It means checking in often. Am I aligned with what I say I value? Am I showing up in a way that makes me proud? Perfection is unattainable, but progress is always available. Contribution over consumption. We live in a consumption-driven culture, more content, more stuff, more stimulation. But real fulfillment doesn't come from what you get, it comes from what you give. Whether it's your time, your energy, your attention, or your skills, your life expands when it's used in service to something beyond yourself. You don't have to change the world, but you can brighten someone's day. You can mentor, support, create, or simply be kind. Giving roots you in something deeper than ego. It reminds you, you matter. Not just for what you achieve, but for how you show up in the world. Contribution isn't reserved for the successful, it's available to everyone, every day. Designing life on purpose. At the end of the day, you are the architect of your experience. No one else can define what a meaningful life looks like for you. That's your job. And if you don't choose your path, someone else will choose it for you. This doesn't mean controlling every detail. It means living intentionally. Choosing what matters, letting go of what doesn't, saying no to what drains you, saying yes to what makes your soul come alive. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin with honesty. What kind of life do I want to live? What am I willing to do or give up to create it? Your days are your life in miniature. How you live today is how you live your life. So choose consciously, live deliberately, and trust that a life built on truth, virtue, presence, and love is enough. Humility. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. It's the quiet confidence to admit when you don't know, to learn from others, and to stay grounded even when life is going well. It reminds you that no matter how much you've achieved, there's always more to understand, more to grow, more to serve. In humility, you remain open, open to correction, open to wonder, open to life beyond your own ego. And that openness is what keeps you teachable, wise, and truly connected. Discipline. Without discipline, good intentions go nowhere. Discipline is the bridge between what you say you want and what you actually do. It's showing up when motivation fades. It's following through, especially when it's boring, hard, or uncomfortable. Discipline isn't about rigidity. It's about self-respect. It's the daily act of choosing your future self over fleeting comfort. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And discipline is what habits are built on, that carry you when willpower doesn't. Gratitude. Gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's present, from scarcity to sufficiency, from striving to stillness. It doesn't mean you stop wanting more, it means you stop needing more to feel whole. Gratitude is a perspective, not a reaction. It's found in ordinary moments, warm sun, good food, honest laughter. A grateful heart is a magnet for peace. It brings joy to the now, without waiting for life to be perfect. Courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. It's speaking truth when your voice shakes, taking risks when safety is tempting, choosing growth over familiarity. Without courage, you'll stay small. You'll silence your instincts. You'll settle. Courage is how you stretch your life, how you find out what's possible on the other side of discomfort. Everything you want lives there. Patience. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Anything worth building, relationships, wisdom, character, take time. Patience allows life to unfold without panic or pressure. It teaches you to trust the process, not just rush the results. It softens your grip, quiets your urgency, and reminds you that slow progress is still progress. Impatience demands perfection now. Patience plants, waters, waits, and watches something beautiful grow. Thanks for watching today's Split Sesh session. If you're working on your middle splits, this routine can really help. If you like today's message, drop a comment below. I'd love to know what you think, and I'll see you all in the next one.